Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today is going to be another video game review. This time it'll be for Hollow Knight for the PlayStation 4. So Hollow Knight was free on PlayStation Plus back in November alongside Shadow of Mordor. I typically download the free games and give them a chance. So I downloaded Shadow of Mordor and goddamn did I hate that game. It was kind of like they made yet another Assassin's Creed game and threw some janky ass Lord of the Rings skin on top of it. I understand that you can maybe control armies or something later in the game, but I definitely could not force myself to play that long. Okay, enough of the mini review for Shadow of Mordor. We're talking about Hollow Knight today. Now this game, I played this next. Let me tell you, this made purchasing PlayStation Plus for the year worth it. That might sound strange considering it's just a platformer game after all, but I think it actually has a lot going for it. Let's start with the graphics. So when talking about graphics for Hollow Knight, I don't necessarily mean how realistic it looks, because it doesn't. What really stands out here is the unique art style and just the creativity behind it all. The character design, the animations, it all just comes together so well. Props to the creators on this. Also, everyone is bugs. I don't know why, but I'm loving it. The music in this game was on point. I can't recall any bangers that I would seek out and add to a playlist or anything, but it was all very atmospheric and set the mood perfectly for the game itself. And something I truly fell in love with throughout my travels were the noises all of the characters would greet you with. They kind of reminded me of the Sims language, but with a bit more charm. Whoever created these noises, you are an absolute genius, my friend. The gameplay in Hollow Knight is fluid and responsive. The bosses are varied, numerous, and exciting to battle. The charms you discover throughout the game are cool, and the mechanic kind of reminded me of the materia system from Final Fantasy VII, in the way that you have a limited amount of space to equip them. There are also a ton of differently styled areas to venture into and explore. Speaking of exploration, this was one of my favorite aspects of the game. No matter which zone you found yourself in, there were always hidden areas and countless paths that can only be accessed after gaining new abilities from bosses or items. The original areas never really got boring because you're always looking for that next hidden path after obtaining the ability to double jump, or dash, or break shaky floors, or swim through acid, or you get the idea. The first thing that I wasn't blown away by would probably be the dialogue. It wasn't super bad or anything, just kind of vague and poetic. I'm personally not a fan of this. I like scripts to be a little more grounded and straightforward, but I do prefer this immensely over just straight up bad writing. So it's not bad, but not great either. So the difficulty of this game. This game was not easy for me to beat, but I enjoyed the challenge. There were numerous times I would die over and over and over and over and over again to the same boss before managing to kind of get in the groove and squeak out a victory. This can be very rewarding, but I imagine it's not for everyone. It's a shame that there isn't an easier difficulty option for players who might just want to enjoy the story of the game without needing to slam their head into the wall repeatedly to make progress, every once in a while. There are plenty of options in the other direction, however, with a permadeath mode unlocking after you beat the game, alongside a pantheon full of boss fights, and even extra hard versions of the boss fights from the game for the truly sadistic among us. Speaking of which, f these bouncing balls of agony and tears. Oh no, the PTSD is kicking in already. The walls are closing in once more. Moving on. These are really minor gripes from me, however, and I loved playing Hollow Knight. And if you're up for a challenge, I highly recommend it. I give Hollow Knight 8 back-to-back deaths out of 10.